What's going on, campers? Campfacer here. Today's video, we're going to talk about ideas going into Gunmedia's next game. Let's get into this.
Campfacer.
Okay, so before we start today's video, I want to do a big shout out to all my camp members that joined the channel and are directly supporting this channel. I want to say thank you guys so much to every single one of you guys. Now, if anyone out there is looking to directly support the channel to become a monthly paid member, I will put a link down in the description below, and I thank you. Let's get into the video. Now, this video is more of a casual, laid-back discussion on Gunmedia's current game that they're working on right now, the game that we don't know what it is. There's ideas that it could be a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. There's ideas that it could be Hatchet because of Kane Hodder being Hatchet in the Hatchet movies, Victor Crowley. There's ideas that it could be a Halloween game. The point is, we don't know what game they're working on right now. It's a big secret. But even if we don't know what game it is, I'm going to come up with some ideas, fun ideas that I would like to see in their next game that still could work no matter what game it is. Maybe, possibly, depending on how technical the game that they're working on is. And if it would work, it would work. If not, then I don't know. It's just an idea. But hopefully Gunmedia is watching this because I want to come up with ideas. I know you guys want to come up with ideas, and if you do, please leave a comment down below and we'll discuss about it. Maybe Gun will watch the video and say, hey, we didn't think of that. Maybe that would work in our next game. The point is, when they made Friday the 13th the game, they were open about the game before they even started developing it, and they had a forum on their website that everybody in the community could go to, and we already knew what the game was going to be, so we had ideas like, oh, because we're all fans of the franchise, I remember going to sleep at night thinking about an idea and then couldn't wait to wake up the next morning to jump on the forums and post my idea and share it, and hopefully Gun would either use it or have discussion with my friends. But they don't have that this time, so here's a video starting that kind of thing, and I'm gonna try to think of my little ideas, and if you guys like them, give it a thumbs up. If not, we'll discuss in the comments. But one of my main ideas that I really want to see in this next game is bot migration, which means this game's a multiplayer game. There's gonna be a killer that's a person out there, and then the rest of the people are the survivors. In Friday the 13th, Jason would grab a counselor, and if they wanted to leave the game because they were jerks, they would just cancel out the game, and now the player you grabbed would just go ragdoll and drop out of your hands. And sometimes if you didn't perform the kill quick enough, it wouldn't even count as a kill. That's just super annoying. I hope that they can come up with some kind of a bot migration system. I don't even know if that's like a thing or possible. I'm not a developer, but say it's a Halloween game and Michael Myers grabs a survivor. Instead of them going ragdoll, they leave the game. Now their player turns into a bot and continues to move and struggle. Granted that bots aren't smart, they're not intelligent at all, but it'll still take over the player and do something and give the other player that's a killer some fun time to perform the kill. And bot migration would be a good idea. Really, really good idea. I know a few people I talked to this about thought the same thing as I did. Hopefully that would work in their next game. The second idea, a lot of people like stats. Now, I know Friday the 13th had stats to a degree, but the kind of stats I'm talking about, I know like they might create stats that'll work with their game, whatever IP they're working on. But what about a stat system that showed how many times you've killed a player from day one, how many heads you've chopped off since day one, how many environmental kills you've done since day one, and so on. But a list goes all the way down. And then if you're a survivor, how many times have you knocked the killer on his ass? How many times have you been killed? How many times have you escaped? How many miles did you walk in the game? That's fun to me, stuff like that. Like, say the map's like scaled, like this is a small portion of the map. Like, say it looks like this big and your survivor is a little dot. Now say it takes 4 trips across the map, back and forth, 2, 3, 4, to equal 1 mile. How many miles did you walk or run since the game launched? It'd be funny to see all this stuff. Just things like that. I know Grand Theft Auto has like crazy stats like that. Some people look at it like, what's the point of that? It's kind of dumb. Well, some people like that stuff. I do myself, especially when a game gets old. I something to look forward to working towards, you know? How many times did I find a knife on the ground or something like that? Oh my god, I picked up 568 knives? That's crazy. But yeah, a good stat system would be fun to implement in this game. So there's 2 ideas: a bot migration, a bigger stat system. Now I want to talk about a couple things that maybe weren't implemented into Friday the 13th that I kind of wish were, and I thought were really good ideas. I don't know if they would work in this new game, depending on the game, but how about a snare trap system? Not system, a snare trap. Snare traps. Now when I say snare trap, I mean the old walking down underneath a tree or by a tree, or something that's overhanging you. You can't see it. You step in it, and it's a rope. And as soon as you step on that trap, it ties around your ankle, and a pulley system brings you upside down by your ankle. So now you're hanging upside down by a rope, and there's no way to get down unless somebody comes by and cuts the rope with a knife or whatever. But what would be cool about that? 2 things. First off, I don't know about developing a game like this, but when you go upside down, your screen that you're looking at normally now flips upside down, so it makes you, while you're playing the game, you kind of want to like go like this because you're upside down. It gives you a little bit of you're dizzy and disoriented. And 2, you can't get down until a player maybe has a knife or finds a way to like does a skill check, and it takes like double the time to get you down with a skill check. And now the killer could come over to you because you're defenseless, and he could wipe you out. He could slice your throat or stab you or do whatever with you, or use you as a piñata. Who knows? Snare traps would be fun in this next game. I hope Gun Media is watching this and maybe like, ooh, that's a good idea. Let's do this. Or Camp, what are you thinking, man? That's dumb. Another one, I don't know if they're going to have like, I don't know if it's going to be set up the same way as Friday the 13th with the dresser drawers and this and that, the next thing, but instead of so many empty things or not so lived in houses or cabins or whatever, maybe make things a little more lived in and movable. Like maybe like instead of just running in and hitting into a chair and the chair is stationed and it won't move, or empty drawer after empty drawer until you find something, maybe fill those drawers up with things. Even things that you could collect in your inventory, even if they don't matter, even if it's just for fun. Give us more to look forward to. Maybe if you bump into a chair, instead of just like boom, make it fall over. Make it so you can like kick it a little bit. Maybe it gets in the way between somebody. Make things knock over on kitchen counters. I don't know how much they can actually do. Again, I'm not a developer. I don't know if it's a pain in the ass, but it would be more lived in if they had more stuff that was like, oh, watch out, you could like, the curtains could move around, or you could get behind the curtains, or more hiding spaces. The more we could hide without being a legit hiding spot, it would be fun, you know, stuff like that. But again, if we open up drawers or go through a closet, make it so we could find a Fangoria magazine and collect it and put it in our inventory, or a shirt that we could put on our player after the next match is over. We put on the new shirt we found. Anything. That'd be fun to add to this next game. But yeah, there's another one. I know the list could go on, and I can come up with a lot of cool ideas, and but I don't want to make this video too long, and I know I want to give us a breathing space to people and introduce them to this idea of a video, and leave comments below, because again, me, just as much as you guys, want this next game to be just as good as Friday the 13th, if not better. And I know Gun Media has the potential to do it, because they are dedicated, true horror movie fans. From what I know, and from, you know, the past 5 years of knowing Gun Media, I know Wes and Ronnie and all them people over at Gun. They are, you know, they have a heart of gold with like their video games. They don't want to just throw it out, you know. So they're gonna listen to our ideas, whether they use them or not. They're still gonna listen. Are you listening, Wes? You listening? Anyways, right now I'm gonna cut the video there. Those are just a couple ideas I had. I'm gonna think of more, and I'm gonna end up making another video with exciting ideas for this. So, again, thanks for listening to me ramble. But again, I can't stress enough: the more people that leave comments down below, the better. So please join this video. Please interact with me here. Give it a thumbs up, and again, subscribe to my channel if you have not. Please consider. I appreciate all you guys. And like always, campers, just stay out of the woods.